Hi, I'm Grant and here's a quick test of the Canon C100's autofocus for shooting video. The Canon C100 has been out for a little while now, and one of its new features which I'm most interested in, and the reason I bought it for shooting video, is its new dual pixel CMOS autofocus system. I've spent most of my professional camera life using cameras that don't even have an autofocus, so I was quite interested to try the C100D mainly for this very reason. When I'm shooting videos, I don't have anybody to operate the camera, so basically focusing on yourself and framing yourself is extremely hard without a flip-out viewfinder and some sort of autofocus system. You can pre-focus the camera like I have done with this one, which is my Canon C100, but it doesn't have a flip-around viewfinder, so I can't see whether I'm in shot or not. In the past, most autofocus systems on DSLRs and even small camcorders has been next to useless. They tend to hunt, which is they go in and out of focus because they're not sure what you want to focus on, or else they're slow to focus, or they're noisy, generally not acceptable or not usable if you're trying to shoot, decent video. I'm particularly interested in the Canon C100D's autofocus system for situations just like this, when I don't have anybody to operate my camera. So I would use my C100D up there with its flip-out viewfinder so I can see my framing when I'm in shot. And the autofocus with face tracking technology which it has should theoretically be able to hold me in focused. So what do I think of the autofocus system on the new Canon C100D? Here's some raw footage shots I've taken recently. Have a look. The most impressive results from the autofocus of the C100D to me were the shots where I was basically walking into shot and delivering a piece to cam if I was about to deliver a piece to cam, where it basically would track me and hold me while I was standing there. It didn't seem to want to wander off and shoot and see what's in the background and then back to me. I thought it was pretty good. The stuff where it was tracking cars actually did a pretty good job. It was only sort of at the end of the shots or the start of the shots where it wasn't sure what to do that I'd be a little bit dubious about. All in all, I'm actually quite impressed with the autofocus on the C100D, and I definitely use it for doing stuff like this. If I'm doing a piece of the cam by myself, I have no operators to help me focus the camera, I've got a flip out viewfinder, so it seems pretty good and pretty consistent. It hasn't let me down yet. Shots like you saw in the footage there of perhaps tracking a car or tracking from a foreground subject to a background subject. I like that it does it quite smoothly. It's not super quick and sharp. I would still probably use manual focus because I know what I want and I know exactly where to hold it or how long to hold it, because I found sometimes on the autofocus, like for example tracking that car shot, that at the end of the shot it tracks it really nicely all the way through shot, but at the end of the shot it's not sure what to do, so it might go foreground, background, and it ruins the end of the shot. Doesn't give me enough time to perhaps edit out of the shot. All in all, I'm quite impressed with the autofocus on the 70D. It's another tool. I'm not an autofocus type of guy, but if it's a tool and it can help you in your shooting or situations where, you know, you're by yourself or the tracking, it might end up doing a better job than you when you're doing a manual focus track. So definitely it's a tool, and if it helps you, use it. I hope that helps if you're thinking about purchasing the Canon 70D and you're wondering about the autofocus for shooting video. Thanks for watching.